Today, a guy on TikTok asked why, after a woman gets divorced, why she starts to look better, why she loses weight, and why didn't she put all that effort in when they were still married to them? Go ahead and state your answer. I'm going to tell you mine. When I was married, I had 2 young children, and one has special needs, and I had these 2 dogs, and no fence, and a large house, and a husband, and I just was overwhelmed to the point where there was no respite. And there was a mom group every maybe month or 2, but there was no respite, and I was worn out. And one morning, the guy that was coming in to put the underground fence in and then train the dogs, I threw on some sweats. I barely got any, my hair was all crazy. And I opened the door, and I've got one kid on my arm, and I've got another one that's in the bathroom needing help. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm a mess right now, but come in and, you can get started with the dogs. And he said, you know how you can tell the alpha dog? Now I get it, this guy trains dogs for a living, and so this was the best metaphor he could come up with, although somewhat backhanded, but I got it. He said, you see, the alpha dog is in charge of all the dogs, and the most stress and the most pressure is on them for survival, for providing food, for finding the means for it, for doing all of it. They don't get a break. They just go. That part I related to. Not the alpha dog so much, but I understood where he was going. And while things got revealed in time about the man that I was married to and why I was not going to allow things to go on that were being done to me in the absence of my knowing they were going on, was the catalyst. But after that separation, I started to get weekends and time for myself. What? Not just maybe a day every other month or something. And then reassessing my, the things I like to do and people that I started to become better friends with. And pretty soon I was in a career after some time and thriving and finding myself. And the thought of giving up all that work I put in to allow that to happen again kind of stops me in my tracks, because I value my peace. I just value my peace now. But it also kind of reminds me of when Cher's mom looked at her and said, Cher, why don't you just marry a rich man and settle down? And Cher looked at her mom and she said, Mom, I am a rich man. Well, Mom, I am an alpha dog. I don't need another one. I run this pack just fine on my own. It's taken that long.